Hunt County. It's Ashley Hammonds, broker of At Home Texas Real Estate. I know, not the familiar face of Vinay, but I'm here today to introduce you to Tracy. Actually, you probably already know him. I know him very well. He is a broker associate with At Home Texas Real Estate and my husband. So today you get both of us.
Well, if we're both here, who's running things back at the office?
Ooh. We got a good crew. We got a good crew.
A great crew.
So, Tracy, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. You know, Mondays are always so hectic, and then you have a Monday where you're going to throw both of us, and it kind of doubles down that hecticness. And then you add to that, your parents came into town last night, and then the grandparents' day for Whitley this morning, where his pants obviously were falling down. How did he get out of the house in pants that would fall off of him?
They weren't falling down at the house.
So maybe he had a full diaper at the house?
No.
No, okay. So luckily grandparents came to the rescue and got Whitley some new britches so they're not falling down all day.
Yes, somebody ran to our house, got some shorts. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear about all this.
Hey, this is life though, you know, and this is stuff, we're real estate. The show is about real estate, realtors, and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? Real life happens to us too.
Absolutely.
So we were going to talk about the state of the market this morning, you said.
Yes.
And, you know, I've had this question, and I've asked you, and we've discussed it before, and I've asked a few of our realtors, like, how are realtors advising their clients right now? I was talking about especially a buyer's realtor.
Yep.
So if you're, you know, a buyer's client, what's your realtor saying to you right now? I'm really curious.
We still got multiple offers going on.
We still have multiple offers going on. That's right. But we do see, and obviously in your solds today, we're not going to really show what I'm talking about, but we've seen a few homes sit on the market a little bit longer. We're going to see where we have some good inventory on the market. One of the things that we just wanted to touch on today is that you can't buy a house that you don't make an offer on.
Absolutely.
And so I know that your agent's probably saying, hey, you know, the market's hot. You know, we probably shouldn't make an offer below asking price. But honestly, you know what? We recently sold our personal home,
yep.
And the bid that got it wasn't the highest bid, although we felt like the strongest. We chose it because we felt like it was most likely to make it to the closing table. But there are so many things that go into these offers that really, if the price is close, that may not be the winning factor.
Yeah. So basically what you're saying is if there's multiple offers on a home, don't not make an offer because there's multiple offers.
Correct.
Make an offer. It doesn't matter if it's below asking. You tried. You never know. The one that is above asking might have $5,000 in concessions that would bring it lower than your offer would have been that was below asking.
Or they may have a really long option period that they're not willing to waiver on.
Sure.
And, you know, that's one of those things. A really long option period tends to make us nervous or make sellers nervous, make sellers agents nervous. But, you know, it's so crazy because right now we're seeing 3 and 5 day option periods.
Yes.
Where the normal was 10. And nowadays, if a 10-day option period comes in, we're going, whoa,
yeah.
Why do you need so much time to do your due diligence? And so there's a lot of things that go into this. But really, the bottom line is you can't buy a house you don't make an offer on.
Absolutely.
And sometimes an offer is just a conversation starter. It doesn't mean you've bought the house. But at least open the conversation and say, hey, you know what? I want to talk about this. I realize this might not land exactly where you're asking, but it does open up that communication. And what if there's not multiple offers?
Exactly. You don't know in this market.
A lot of times you don't know, and especially when you're in the house, you know, looking at it, if you really like it, talk to your agent, draw up an offer. And I know agents, you're out there going, Tracy, we're tired of making offers for our buyers that aren't going to stick. But that's your job, and that's what you're supposed to do. And our job is not to discourage buyers from making offers on homes, because honestly, there's quite a few of them on the market where I'm going, man, if somebody would just make an offer and start a conversation on that house, I bet they could buy it.
Yeah, most definitely. And realtors, a part of their job also is to educate the client. So when you're going to make an offer, a CMA, comparing what is out there currently active, looking at what's pending, looking at what's sold, and coming up with a good number. And the realtors need to make sure that they are educating their clients. I don't have any realtors that I know of in the area that don't do that already.
Correct. There's some great realtors.
We have
in
a lot
our
of great
office
realtors
and
in
outside
Hunt
of our
County.
office. Yeah.
Absolutely,
In Hunt County.
absolutely.
But and the thing is that I think the second part of that we talk about, our agent's number one job is to educate the client. But really, number two is kind of setting expectations. Yeah. And I think it's the tone of that conversation that could change whether or not a buyer would make an offer or not. Because if I'm setting the expectation, say, well, nothing is selling below asking price. Everything's going within 2 or 3 days. Everything's
waiving the appraisal.
Yeah. If I go like that, then I'm probably going to discourage that buyer. But if I just change that tone a little bit and say, hey, listen, if you love this house, I really want to try to help you get it, and let's make an offer. But here's what we can expect. Mm-hmm. We can expect to be going up against some other folks. So let's really take a dive into this offer and look at every negotiable item and talk about where you're comfortable. And let's make sure that we're making an offer that you're comfortable with, but let's make sure that it's the best thing you can put forward, your best foot forward. And that way we have the highest ability of winning that bid. But you never know. That one, timing is everything in this market. You're seeing everything get listed on a Thursday. And if that house got listed on a Tuesday and you're looking at it on Wednesday, put that offer in, by golly. Yeah. Because you might be the only one. It might be the only offer they've got right there in their hand. So
moral of the story, make an offer.
You can't buy a house you don't make an offer on.
Yeah. If you don't start the conversation, you don't know. And you're going to wonder the what if.
The what if, yeah. Well, what if? Well, and Ashley, you and I have a few of those what ifs our history where we never started the conversation. You know?
Absolutely.
Or we made a small change in that conversation, and all of a sudden the rug got pulled out from under us, and then all of a sudden we're somewhere that we never thought we would be.
Absolutely.
So it's all about the conversation.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for that conversation, Tracy.
You're welcome.
All right. So another thing we wanted to touch on, we've been nominated again for Best of Hunt County, Best Real Estate Agency, Best Property Management, Best Customer Service, and Best Real Estate Agent. So the last 2 years, we have been voted the Best Real Estate Agency, and we want to keep that going. So we want your vote.
Absolutely. Well, we've had the Best Real Estate Agent in our office last year
and the year before.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, and then we also were voted best in customer service last year. So.
And property management is actually a new category. So a lot of people don't know at Home Texas Real Estate, we have a real estate property management company called Simply Rentals. That's a little bit separate, but it's in our office, but it's a separate entity.
So for people that are watching that just maybe they're just looking about real estate or they're thinking about buying or selling, what the heck is property management?
Property management, we manage properties for landlords, homeowners, and we rent out the properties to the tenants. We go through a screening process for tenants. We do all the applications. We do the leases. We get the tenant in there. We collect their money. We do the maintenance. We get those phone calls at midnight when the AC is out.
So that the property owner doesn't have to.
Yeah.
And so, not all property management is full service. Ours is. We run the gamut, and we allow those owners to be completely hands off. But property management, essentially, we're managing rental property for other people.
Absolutely. Yep.
So, we think we do a pretty good job at it. We've won quite a few clients over the last year who have come from other property management companies, either in the area or outside of the area. And so I know we've made a lot of people happy. I hope they'll go out and vote for us.
Yeah. Again, Best Real Estate Agency, Best Real Estate Agent, Customer Service, and Property Management. And we'll have the links below after the show is over. We'll go ahead and post those since we're the ones who's usually posting those and we're sitting here in the hot seat.
Can't do it live on the show today. So Ashley will get those posted as soon as this show goes off the air.
Yeah. So now we're going to take a quick break for one of our sponsors, and we'll see you back in about 30 seconds.
Yep.
At Money Law Firm, we are dedicated and focused on being professional, personal, and proactive.
In the title business, there's a lot of paperwork, but when you walk in the door, you don't see that. You see clean, clear walls, you see very straight lines.
Everyone here is like family.
They have a great team of people. The communication is great. I send as much business as I possibly can down here because they take such great care of us.
Welcome back, Hunt County. So this week in Hunt County, we had 35 homes listed. which is actually down from last week. We had 50 last week, 35 this week. During the height of the market, we were looking in the 20s, so it's gone down a little bit. The inventory might not be as high again, but it's not that bad. 15 in a week is not that bad. Sold. So last week we had 29 that sold. This week we had 15 that sold. Now we're looking weekly. We're not looking monthly. So those numbers will fluctuate a lot.
Absolutely.
If we were looking at the monthly, it wouldn't fluctuate as much as it does.
We're just looking at the last 7 days. This is a
7 days.
snapshot.
Absolutely.
And I did this for our realtors in our last office meeting, you remember, and I looked at a little different statistic.
Yes.
And we looked at how many were listed versus how many went active option. And so here the sold, those have been under contract for probably 30 days or so. Mm-hmm. Those are the ones that went under contract about 30 days ago.
Yep.
And so, but to me, that's just showing you, it's kind of a lagging statistic.
Yes, it is.
But the active option, in which not all contracts go into active option. I mean, we've seen some go straight into pending or active contingent. But what I thought was interesting was when I pulled the data 7 days from that date, that was on Thursday. We saw that was 38 listed and 35 of them had gone active option. Now, that doesn't mean that it was 35 of those 38 because there's how many listings? We're about to look at that, 200 and something.
246.
Right. So of 246 listings or whatever, 35 of them had gone active option. So I thought that was a really interesting statistic.
So in 1 week, 38 homes came on the market, 35 homes went under contract.
So I think one of the things that I've been kind of struggling with how to explain is people are asking me, is the market still the same as it was 2 months ago? And the answer is no, because we have a lot more inventory on the market. And we saw those listed numbers be really high for several weeks in a row.
Well, and a lot of buyers exited the market. Like we were talking about earlier with multiple offers, there were a lot of buyers that got scared off and ended up renting because they didn't want to get multiple offer situation, frustrated that the 15th offer still didn't go through. They didn't want to pay over the appraised value. I don't blame you.
Don't blame you. I would never recommend someone to do that.
So we have buyers who have exited the market, now are renters.
I agree. All of those things. But I think what the snapshot tells us that we're talking about right now is that there is more inventory on the market, but there is also just as many buyers really buying, because when you have 38 houses that are sold in 1 week and then 35 houses went active option, that tells me things are still going to be moving pretty quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. So back to our slide. There were 9 homes that went pending. And 21 last week went pending.
Right. So what is pending? What is pending? Let's talk about that.
Pending is after active option, after active contingent. This is a more, this one's more likely to get to the closing table.
Active option is when you first go under contract and you have an option period. You have your time to do your inspection. A lot of times that's 5 to 7 days. A contingency would be if you had to sell your home before you could purchase the other one.
Or on financing if you're not pre-approved. But we're not seeing a lot of offers getting accepted without the buyer already being pre-approved. So right now, that's not really...
So, but this statistic would lag approximately 7 days.
Yes, absolutely.
7 to 20 days, as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, and then I told you this number earlier, active homes. We have 246 as of today, active homes in Hunt County. Last week, we had 235, so it's up a little bit, 11 from last week, but the 200 range is where we've been seeing it, totally normal.
And honestly, the 200 range has been since we started the show, I want to say 2 years ago.
2.5 years. Yeah, I think it's 2.5 years.
However long we've been doing this, that 220-ish has been a very, very steady and normal number. Yep. And when we got below that is when we were seeing really what I was calling a feeding frenzy.
Yeah, I think we got down into like the 140s, 150s, if I remember.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So now total sold. So last week we had almost 6 million sold. You saw in our first numbers, we were about half on the sold. So our number last week, sold in Hunt County, total houses, $3,764,990 with an average sold price of $250,999.
I bet if we looked at the second week of every month, we would probably see that same statistic because
Pretty close.
you have all these closings. They the title company and the banks, everybody try to
get
pulls
at
them
the
in
end of the
to
month.
the end of the month, but some of those spill over
Yep.
and they're kind of stacked up at the beginning of the month. And so those middle 2 weeks of the month kind of seem to lag, and then the last and first week of the month seem to be a lot higher. So it's the normal roller coaster that we ride here.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about our first listing. This one is actually one of our agents at Home Texas Real Estate. This is Laura Guerrero's listing. She had an open house this weekend. It went really great. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. It's only 5 years old, built in 2016, 1,548 square feet.
One of the things I kind of love about this neighborhood is there's not really a through street in it.
Yes.
You know, you have the one street that kind of goes back and behind the fairgrounds, but it's not going to be a barely
Yeah, you have
traveled
Cedar
street.
Creek, and then to get into this neighborhood, you have Lipan and you have Cherokee.
Right. So it's kind of exclusive, really.
is.
I mean, it's not.
And it's really close to L3. It's really close to a lot of things.
Well,
right
St.
there.
Paul's is right there, and then
GCS is.
GCS, and then our kids go to PTAA. So it's right there close to those schools there on the north side of town,
Yeah.
or south side of town, I'm sorry.
This is a great home, and I'm looking here at the description. It looks like she's got multiple offers. So if you're interested in this house, you better go look at it.
Well, she's asking for best and final offers by 5 p.m. today. So
5 p.m. today. So
go look at it and, start that conversation if it's a house that you really like.
Yep. So let's go inside this house. So not your typical cookie cutter new build. They've done some really nice additions here. I mean, those mirrors make a huge difference. You got a custom shower there, granite countertops. It's really, really a nice looking bathroom there. That is the master bathroom. When I was clicking through and adding these on here, this is the master bathroom here.
I like it.
Kitchen, it's the same cabinetry, same granite, very open, very light. Beautiful, beautiful kitchen. Stainless steel appliances. Here is the living room. You can see the living room opens up into that kitchen that we just saw.
I spot some surround sound speakers.
Oh, there are some surround sound speakers up in the ceiling there, yeah. Outdoor, right now it's cooling off. Outdoor is where you want to be. They have a beautiful concrete patio there. They have that nice cover over it. Still have some grass outside. This would be a nice place to be at.
I want to know what you call this shade. I'm not
I think it's
like,
a sunshade.
I'm not up on all this stuff. To me, it looks like somebody took a sailboat sail and put it up there and thought that'd be pretty cool.
It might be a sail shade. I don't know.
Maybe. It looks like it can create some shade, though. I mean, the sun in this picture is not in the right position, but, we love our outdoor space, and having that outdoor space is always something that we look for in a home.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So our next house, it is 9 Post Oak Trail in Greenville. This home is really cute. It's a 3-bedroom, 2,200 square feet, built in 1967, but when we go inside, it doesn't look like
I was going to ask you if it
1967.
looked like 1967 inside or not.
It doesn't look like 1967 at all. The asking price on this is $274. It actually came on the market, I believe, Friday. It says 3 days. And they've done a lot of customizations in this home. Look at that wood floor. It's
Wow.
beautiful. Beautiful wood floor.
Wow.
Nice open. You can see the kitchen. You can see the dining. You can see
Looks
the
like they
living room.
took a wall out here. 67, everything was compartmentalized. So,
Absolutely. There would have been
looks
a
like
wall
they really
there.
opened that up. That's very nice.
And you can see where a beam, it looks like a beam is.
Probably so.
Structural beam there. Look at that fireplace. They've
Wow, that's
definitely
definitely
redone
updated.
it. Yeah. You would have had that matching the brick on the outside of the home. They've
Yeah,
come
it would have
in,
been
put
squared
some
off
stone.
too. You see, that's rounded there. It's kind of that crescent shape.
Yeah, a real statement piece there.
Yep, I believe so. I agree.
And the kitchen. So you're bringing in that wood from the living room, from the dining room. You can actually kind of see in the far right that fireplace that we were just talking
You
about.
can see that, and I can tell you, these cabinets are not original.
No,
I mean,
definitely
just
not.
looking at them, they probably would have been stained grade in 1967. These do not look like stained grade cabinets. These are newer shaker cabinets. And then, man, look at that beautiful gas range.
I love gas ranges.
I know. I'm going to get you one, I promise.
And the backsplash, if you see around the window, it actually goes all the way up to the ceiling.
That's
So that's
very nice.
that's a really nice touch that not a lot of homes have.
Not a lot of homes do. No.
Here is the master bathroom. Really nice, spacious bathroom there. And Surprise, there is a pool in the backyard. Again, this is 9 Post Oak Trail here in Greenville. It's in a great established neighborhood near L3, and they're asking $274 on that house. I'm sure it's going to get multiple offers at that price.
You think they would allow you to, try out a cannonball in the pool if you went to look at the house?
Maybe during the inspection period.
Just go try a cannonball. We've had somebody do that in the swimming pool
We
owned.
have. Yeah, so we've had a home for sale with a swimming pool, and the kids were swimming in the pool during their inspection, apparently.
Luckily, I had the chemicals right.
Yeah, luckily. All right, our last active home. Now, there was a ton of active that came on the market.
There was.
We only picked a few that we thought we would share with you guys. This one is up in Wolf City, 8416 FM 512. This one's on 20 acres.
Wow.
Custom home built in 2017. I love the difference in textures all over this home. So you see a lot of two-tone, you see a lot of brick with rock, you see a lot of rock with just the paneling. Here it looks like you have a little bit of brick on the bottom, you have the 2 areas of rock there, and then you have the painted siding.
Well, you have the board and batten, but
Board
what
and
is that on the gables is a little bit different too. I think that's overlap, similar to a cedar shake.
Yeah, it looks almost like I love all the
painted
differences.
well,
it really looks nice.
I tell you what I love on these modern homes. It's the line.
Kitchen and the dining room.
You can see
there.
the dining room around the corner. You can see the outdoor living outside. I mean, it looks like it has everything that would be on our checkbox for the living area.
Yeah, and I know there's a huge rug there, but it's not carpeted. It's wood
No,
flooring.
it looks like
too.
wood floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So here's your kitchen. So on the left there is the island. It has the kitchen sink in it. And then on the right side there, you have the gas range again. Custom vent fan over that gas range.
Look at that pot filler.
Yeah.
Do people use those? I mean, I'm always curious because
If I had one, I would use it
You think
because
so?
I have to walk over to the island, fill it up, and then walk back.
oh man, turn around and take 2 steps. That's terrible.
But I love the combination of colors here. It's really, you got the white cabinets, you got like a brown stained cabinet for the vent, you have the white backsplash, the gray countertop, and that floor. It really, really works well together. Here is your master bedroom. Look at that door.
Look at that door. It's a W. These people's last name must be W.
Well, I mean, look above the bed. There's a W as well.
I see that too, yeah.
So this home was definitely custom for them. You got vaulted ceilings in that master. It looks like hand-scraped wood floor. You can see through that barn door, the freestanding tub there.
Right.
It's beautiful. This is definitely what dreams are made of. And there's that freestanding tub. In the shower, you have, looks like dual sinks there. Nice shower. And they have that siding there on the side of that shower with a different color. So
Yeah,
it's
it's like a
really
lap siding.
contrasting. Yeah.
Well, and we're really seeing the resurgence of freestanding tubs.
Yes.
They're not necessarily all clawfoots. Obviously, this is a more modern
Yes.
with the overflow on the side and everything. It's made to have the plumbing on the side there instead of the end. And we're seeing a lot of that. And what I'm really loving too, and would have been easy to do in this home, is we're seeing a lot of those being incorporated into the shower.
Yep.
And so I think that's really interesting. And I can't wait what we say about those things in a decade or
Yeah,
so.
I mean, in the 70s, it was popular to have blue tile all the way to the ceiling in your bathroom.
Or that pink.
Or pink,
Yeah.
or olive green, and it's not popular today.
Popular today.
Or shag carpet.
Shag.
Or bright red or bright green carpet.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very interested to see. And then the chandelier over the bathtub made all the difference. And this
Yeah.
so this home, that 512 now, that's kind of like where Wolf City kind of meets Greenville, kind of meets Commerce. So it's kind of in between all those. So if you're in any of those places and country lifestyle is for you, look at this thing, man. Does it come with that shop?
It does. It has 20 acres. So you have the house, the shop, the pond.
The pond.
This doesn't even show all of the acreage there.
Wow.
And I didn't put the picture on there, but it sits quite a ways off of that road too. So it sits way back off that road. It's definitely a charmer. I'm sure it won't last long either.
I'm sure it won't.
You're looking at $729,900 with 20 acres, almost 2,600 square feet.
That's pretty well priced, and it's only been on the market 3 days. If you want to see this thing, you better go see it this week. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I mean, if we didn't already have a home, we would definitely be looking at it.
Absolutely.
All right, so Now into the sold properties. First sold property. This is a new build, 2021, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,565 square feet, and they were asking $222,000. This one was on the market 4 days, and it sold around the asking price. 4 days on the market.
4 days on the market, and I mean, come on. Hemphill Street is not a new build street. So
yeah, it's one of the infill homes. We've got a lot of those going in.
we talked a lot about those, and
buyers
I
there.
love seeing these things going into established neighborhoods.
Absolutely.
It does so much for the established neighborhood, and I think it brings a sense of ownership. And if you drive down these streets that have several of those, some of those houses that used to have long grass and unkept front porches, you're starting to see people really take pride
More
in
of a
that.
pride of
and
ownership.
you're seeing, some of these homeowners are going in now, hey man, I don't want my house to be the worst one in the neighborhood, and they're painting their shutters and they're updating the outside look of their house. And so this does so much for pride of ownership in these established
It
neighborhoods.
does great for our community
It does.
in general. So next home, we've both seen this home.
Yes,
this is
we
Wholesome
have.
Circle.
I've had an experience there, and you have too.
Yeah, 233 Wholesome Circle. They were asking $279. It was on the market for 8 days. Sold well over asking.
Did it
price.
really?
Well
Wow.
over asking.
I'm looking for that now. Holy cow! Well, I'll tell you one thing. Call me if you want to hear a story about this place. My kids will not be trick or treating on this street. No way. No way.
So this home, the reason why we know this home, one of our agents, Vinay, who's normally the host here, she had it listed for an investor
Yeah.
6-8 months ago.
Yep.
And an investor bought it, fixed it up, made it updated. It is beautiful on the inside. With our solds, we don't normally show you the inside because, well, they're sold. They're
sold.
not
No
available
reason to
anymore.
talk about it.
So it was a beautiful home, sold well over asking price, on the market only a week. And then we have one more,
Moving west.
moving west, and I have not switched my paper.
5750 South Fork Drive in Royce City. List price was $347,500, and it was on the market for just 15 days. And now, see, that tells you that not everything is selling the first day on the market.
But 15 days, it went over asking.
Went over
Again,
asking
this is an
price, yeah.
over asking. And it was 1,800 square foot on 2 acres, built in 2002. So
In Royce City without an HOA, so that's
Yes.
pretty nice.
Yes.
And we've seen some of these come on the market before where the first 5 or 6 days they didn't allow any showing. So
Yeah.
it could have been something like that where they got it on the market trying to get the interest up, but still we're trying to prepare for those pictures or make some last minute touch-ups in the home.
yeah. So all 3 of the homes we featured today and sold at or above asking price.
Right.
All this one was the longest at 15 days. The other 2 were 4 days. So 4 and 8. So it's still a pretty hot market.
Still a
out
pretty
there.
hot market, but I just want to make the point too that this is just a snapshot of some hand-picked homes that
Yep.
you selected when you made the slideshow this morning. But and the main reason that we select what we do when we want to present them on this show is Ashley's trying to pick, the houses that fit the majority of buyers and sellers' needs and haves. So when we're showing this to you, it's not necessarily representative of what the market is when we're looking at these houses, but it does show what is going to be the most popular homes.
Well, I also tried to do a range. I don't want to do all $1 million homes. I don't want to
Right.
do all $60,000 homes. Another big factor is professional photography. You want an agent who's going to do professional photography because I can't put them on here if the photography isn't really good.
Right.
So if they have professional photography, if all the different ranges from the $1 million to the 60,000, we try to get a good range and homes that would be most popular.
Well, I'll tell you, when I pulled that list of listed in the last 7 days on Thursday for our office meeting, we saw a range from $85,000 all the way to $1.7 million.
Yes.
A majority of that range fell in the mid 200s.
Yep. Just like we saw on the slide earlier.
Just like we saw on the slide earlier, that mid 200s is the price point where most of those were. But $85,000 home, it probably needed some work. I didn't go look at the listing, but there are homes listed that would fit just about anybody's needs. So if you're looking at one under 100, I think there was 6 homes on that list that were under 150.
Yeah.
So there are homes listed in multiple brackets, and we should be able to find just about anything that would fit your needs. And here's the point: when you look at how many houses were listed every week, we're talking about between 20 and 30, sometimes up to 40 houses being listed every week. Just because it's not on the market today doesn't mean it won't be on the market tomorrow. So don't give up hope, buyers. Keep looking, and if you have an agent that's giving you bad advice or that's not really like trying to work for you, maybe you should talk to somebody else. Talk to an agent who's going to try to get you into a house.
Absolutely. So if you want to be a guest or a sponsor, I know I have my favorite guest on today, but he can't be on every day.
No, I can't.
So if you want to be a guest on our show, real estate related, give Casey Ralston a call at the office there, or you can shoot her an email. Sponsorships, you can do a sponsorship as well. Have a commercial like Money Law Firm, First American Title has on here. But I think, is there anything else you wanted to talk about today?
Well, no, but we could talk about that sponsorship a little bit more. If you don't have a commercial, that's okay. Derek Price with the Celebrate Media Group, he produces this show for us every Monday. He's basically produced every I don't want to say everything that we've done, but he produced pretty much everything that we have that's in motion.
Yeah.
Anything that's videography wise, he's done our commercial. The opener for this show, he came in and did some of that.
This is like the third opener for the show.
Yeah,
He's done several
one,
openers, and he's done our commercial. We have a commercial out there. Celebrate Media Group, Derek Price, they're the ones you want to talk to. Even if you don't want a commercial for our show, just a commercial in general or any sort of videography work, Celebrate Media Group, you definitely need to talk to them.
They do great work, and I mean, honestly, when I first thought about a commercial, and I don't want to dog on Derek here, when I first started thinking about a commercial, I thought we were going to be spending $5,000. It's nowhere near that.
No,
it's nowhere near that. You can do great things on pretty much any budget you have.
Well, and he's got a wide range. You can pick a low package, you could pick a high package, custom fit for you.
And he does such a great job of you talking to him about, what you want to see in your commercial and just really like
watching your vision come to life.
Yeah, I brought tears to my eyes first time I watched our commercial that he did. So if you want to sponsor our show and you don't have a commercial, man, don't worry about it. We can hook you up with Derek, and he can do great work, and it'll be beyond your imagination. And it'll be a commercial that you can use not only on this show, but you can use it anywhere that you see fit. I mean, we post ours to Facebook pretty regularly and send it to other outlets as well. So it's great. It's a great thing. So just having that advertising really helps your business stand out.
Absolutely.
So we'll see you next week.
Yep. See you next week, Hunt County.
Family is very important to us, and that's why we wanted to bring family to our business.
We tell folks that at Home Texas Real Estate, we work as a team, and we're all working together to try to sell your house, or we're all working together to help you find the right one that you want to buy.
With At Home Texas Real Estate, it's our family helping your family.